Hi folks, I'm Scott Moyle. I'm the Artistic Director of Urban Bard Productions, and this is Jeff Armour, who's going to be playing one of our two Drunk Macbeths on Friday, January 17th at the Transact Club in Toronto. How's it going, Jeff?
I'm doing fine, Scott. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Great.
It's probably too early to start doing this, but, you know, it's in the spirit of what we're doing here. There we go.
Oh, a little spill there.
A little spill.
That's
oh,
all right.
I'm a bad man.
Oh, here, let's get
Oh,
this
it's
started
all
off right.
Sweet. This sets the tone, friends. Cheers, sir. Oh, it's spilling everywhere. Yep.
Whoa.
That's not the right rum to be drinking straight. Good
morning.
Yep. Oh, I haven't had breakfast. This is awesome. Jeff, you've had the script for what, like two weeks?
Yep. The week and a half of that was Christmas and New Year's, so I'm going to be perfectly honest. I've dug in a little.
Sweet. And you've done Macbeth before, right?
Yeah, I have. I played Malcolm in Macbeth a number of years ago, but yeah, I played the role. Yeah.
Sweet. And like when you're in theater school, you hear the lines from this play over and over again. We're all sort of. How are you feeling about this crazy thing you're doing in a couple of weeks?
Well, it's pretty intense. I like it that it's a challenge. I like that I only have about 2.5 weeks really to prepare. I've never done Shakespeare that quickly before. Thankfully, like you said, the lines are a little bit more familiar than you might think. You know, you think you don't really know the lines, and then you read through the monologues, and you're, wait, oh, I already know like half that. So that's kind of helpful. I'm really glad that that's probably going to work out just fine. But yeah, it's a bit of an intense project.
For sure.
I'm a little trepidatious.
Awesome. I believe in you. Okay, so the sort of the pressure of learning a large Shakespearean role aside, how are you feeling about the rest of this? For people who didn't see it the last time we did Drunk Macbeth, the conceit is that it is a fully staged production of Macbeth with a cast of 9, but with a lot of characters squeezed out of those 9 actors. Beautifully costumed, full live soundtrack, all that awesomeness. But this guy, every time he enters, has to do a half-ounce shot of liquor. There are 18 entrances over the course of the show, so he's going to drink more than an entire night's worth of booze in the 2 hours it takes us to do the play. So, how are you feeling about that, buddy?
Terrified. Fortunately, being on tour with you this summer, I think my game is pretty strong. I think I'm gonna make it through. I'm gonna make it through well. My goal is not to mess up. My goal is to go word perfectly, start to finish, and hopefully that's going to be the outcome.
Sweet. Yeah. What else? Let's do the speed round. Just a bunch of questions for you.
Sure, fire away.
Okay. What is the best Shakespearean play, in your opinion?
Richard III.
Ooh, fancy. What is the worst Shakespearean play, in your opinion?
Winter's Tale.
Oh, weird. I love that one. It's all bears all the time.
The bears are cool.
Right?
Okay, maybe Troilus and Cressida.
Okay, that play doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I hate that one.
Would you rather, in unarmed combat, fight 1 horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
1 horse-sized duck for sure.
That's awesome. What is your favorite color?
Green.
Pants or no pants?
No pants.
Kilt or no kilt?
Kilt.
Ballin'. Literally. What is the worst booze? What is the worst alcohol?
The worst alcohol?
Yes, for you.
Smirnoff vodka. I'm going to regret saying that live on camera.
Probably will. What is the best booze?
The best booze?
Yeah.
I'm Glenmorangie.
Ooh, fancy man.
Yeah,
nice.
Love that one.
Yeah. Here, have another one of these.
Sure, sounds like fun.
Here's the second one of these. Why are we doing this? Oh, mine's too full too.
For your information, it is 1 p.m.
Awesome. Awesome. Wait, hang on a little bit.
Oh yeah, a little bit on the...
Oh, that just happened.
Slosher.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that is not a better idea the second time.
Yeah, it did not get easier.
You know there's a sword fight at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to choreograph a sword fight.
Yeah, I choreographed the end when I was in the show.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to that.
It's going to be sweet.
Yeah.
You're fighting a real pro, Chris Mott, who's an FDC instructor.
I Googled him.
He's awesome.
Cool.
Chris has played Macduff,
yeah.
I don't know, like 6 times
Wow,
or something. He's
okay.
been that part a bunch of times. So this, he just kind of hit the ground running, and it was fantastic the first time.
Game on.
And yeah, so even if you completely bone the fight, a very talented man is going to be coming after you with a sword. And
Yeah.
if it's improvised, that's great too.
That's great.
Safety first, kids. What are you the most afraid of with this thing?
I think what I'm most afraid of, I mean, like, I understand that I might flub a line. I understand that what I think I'm most afraid of is, like, what if I, like, take a shot? Not that I don't think I'll throw up, but like, if I have to get through a large chunk of Shakespeare, and it might actually be very interesting, you know, it's just like that inability to speak, but the will to, because there's an audience and you have to. I think what I'm most afraid of, is like is feeling ill, you know, like getting to the point where I'm so wobbly that I'm incapable of continuing the show.
Sweet.
That would be a disaster, you know. Except that people are coming, I hope, with the knowledge that may in fact happen, and not to be too angry. Don't bring tomatoes. But yeah, it should. I think that's the biggest thing. Is like, what if I'm in the middle of if the scene is going great between Lady Macbeth and I, and we're having it out, and it's full on, it's sexually charged, it's animal, it's angry, it's bloody. And then, you know?
Yeah. That would be exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, worst comes to worst. If you actually, on the spot, like liver failure, die, you've seen Weekend at Bernie's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're basically going to do that with your plant-slugged corpse. And yeah, we'll just kind of like, you know, hold your arms and walk through the fight.
Yeah.
What are you curious or excited about? Or what's...
I think I'm curious always when I do theater about audience reaction and how involved they get in the show.
Right.
Because I love doing theater that engages people. That's one of the things that really excites me about this project, is it's not Shakespeare at a distance. So yes, we're very proper. Here we are. It's very guttural. It's very in the city, in the center of the city, Transac. You know, it's like a very famous and old venue. It's a very private, very small contact space. To be able to be that close to people and to be performing Shakespeare is a blessing, because a great deal of the time they put those Shakespearean actors really far away.
Yeah.
And so you're sort of peering in from a great distance, whereas this is like ground floor sort of
it's very aggressive.
Coliseum kind of arena kind of style of theater, which is pretty great. And you put it into a bar where people are going to be drinking and they're going to get rowdy, and maybe they will yell stuff. Maybe there will be other challenges that present themselves to the exterior of the play. And I think that's something I'm really excited about, to see just how visceral the show's going to go.
What is your background? What are you? I mean, what's your training? What's your What's your acting thing? We went to theater school.
We did
10
years ago. Yeah, it was a long. It's been a long road. It's the first play I ever did was Peter Pan. I was 12. I was a lost boy. Mm-hmm. Nothing's changed. And I grew up just doing as many shows as I possibly could within a year. I spent 6 years in the Blythe Festival Young Company, so I got to work with a lot of great directors through that. And by the end of that, I came and finished my last year of high school in Toronto. And then I started at George Brown Theatre School. I graduated there in 2006. I could move to Paris, France, where I studied for 3 years at the International School of Theatre Jacques Lecoq, 2 years in their theatre training program, and then 1 year in their laboratory and study of movement.
Exciting.
So that's like scenography, mask making, things like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Geoffrey Armour is kind of a big deal. The other thing, the Lecoq thing reminds me, when Jeff gets drinking, you can hear maybe a tiny bit of it right now. He starts speaking in a slightly French accent.
I got drunk in France a lot, I'm not going to lie. I start to have a little accent when I get drunk.
If you can manage playing Macbeth in a French accent, that's going to be...
I was just thinking it might just pop out Scottish just because I'm wearing a kilt. I might just do the whole thing in a Scots accent.
Anything could happen for you. Thank you, Jeff.
No
we're doing
problem,
one
Scott.
more. All right, you're a shit disturber.
Game
Terrific.
on.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen,
Game on.
Urban Bard Productions presents Drunk Macbeth, ostensibly by William Shakespeare, with probable insertions by Jeff Armour. January 17th and 18th. That's a Friday, Saturday at the Transact Club. urbanbard.ca for all the details.
Sláinte.
Cheers. Ooh, that just keeps on giving.
Grr.
Yeah.